Look who's back, people. You see, you
now.
thought we'd fallen out, didn't you? No, we're off to breakfast together. So Stephen was just delivering some devastating news about Colombia.
Devastating for Tom and people like Tom about music, loud music annoyance. We just walked past a place that was blasting a little bit of music, and I don't know what it was, a market, I guess, whatever. I go, Mexico doesn't have anything over Colombia. Colombia is a whole other level, where a typical way to drink in Colombia for the locals is not to go to a bar. They go to a liquor store and they have an area set out, tables and chairs outside the liquor store, and they buy cheap liquor and go out and drink.
There's quite a lot of that in Thailand, isn't there?
Yeah,
Quite
yeah.
similar, but not the music in Thailand.
Right, then, and each one has a bunch of speakers set up, and they're blasting different styles of caramba and different caramba, anyway, I forget how it's pronounced, different musics, and there'll be two of them side by side, and they'll be competing with blasting music of different musics, which is completely annoying.
That sounds horrendous. Yeah,
crazy.
Hearing two musics is the worst thing ever.
Oh, dude, yeah. So I said, Tom, you're gonna be in store for some fun if he gets to Colombia.
Looks like we're not going to Colombia.
No, it's not all over Colombia. It's in I don't know. A lot of the places I've been, it was. But anyway.
Is this the amazing taco place that you've been going to?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was. I tried to tell you this morning, you just dismissed what I was saying. But I was
oh.
like, I think I found that shop because there were 10 Mexicans outside it, so it must be the one you were talking about.
We were talking about coffee shops, and I thought you meant coffee, not taco. But this is it.
And have you experienced this place with its speaker? I walked past this the other day and it had a massive speaker outside. Players de Carmen. So it is very, Playa de Carmen, noisy and shit. But yeah, it was like, whoa, man. It was like it was attacking me. But yeah, so this is your taco place, is it? Oh no, it's just there.
Yeah, back
that
there.
one. Yeah. So we're off for breakfast. We're going on quite a long walk. Yeah, obviously Stephen's picked out the breakfast spots, so I'm sure it'll be very good. Let's go. Place is always rammed with Mexicans. It must be very good. And it's right next to the beautiful yellow church. Oh, it's many different restaurants, is it?
Spot, but they all look like they're enjoying it.
Yeah. You want to stick with the place that you found?
Well, let's just take a gander anyway.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure it's just the typical Mexican fare.
Yeah.
But it's probably cheap and good.
It's definitely going to be cheap, judging by the people that are sat here. Oh god, I hate this shit. I hate this shit so much. It just puts me off straight away.
It's more relaxing where we're going, and
Yeah,
I ate
yeah,
there
let's
the
do
other
that.
day. It was good. Let's go.
Okay. The minute they start shouting at me and waving menus at me, I'm not taking part in that crap. Some sort of school trip going on there. One thing being like, hey guys, you want to eat here? And being like, nah.
It certainly is annoying.
Fucking mental. Why would anyone? I mean, the only way that works is you terrify somebody and they feel like they can't walk away, which probably works for most people, seeing as everyone's a pleb. But it's not going to work on me.
Run away!
Absolutely, they can fuck right up. New street. So we're heading somewhere that you've chosen, right? Yeah. And you just know the way by going down a random street.
Oh, I know where we.
You know what?
That direction.
Yesterday was the first day. I went out for some rambutan and I went to my local fruit spots and they didn't have any. And then I was like, right, I'll go to a market. And it was the first day I was like, oh, I know San Cristobal. Like, I know how to get around.
Nice.
Like, I've stopped taking my phone out now. There's no fear about not having a map. Yeah, amazing. It's only taken me a month.
I was just thinking that. That's okay.
Yeah,
but
but
the
for me,
streets
it's
feel
quite
similar, unless you're on Umbrella Street or Napkin Street, or the main plaza. All the streets look fairly similar.
Yeah, but I mean, I just have a poor sense of direction. I don't know how much of it is cannabis and how much of it is genuine, but it takes me ages, mate. It just takes me ages. This looks gorgeous. Are we carrying on to where you know, or are we going in there?
Up to you.
I don't care, mate.
The place I'm going to is. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Wow, look at this one as well.
And I'm sure it's
Goodness me. Gracias. Wow, look at that. I just love the greenery. What I was considering, it wouldn't be a long bus ride. We're just talking about going to, I'm going to go to Lake, is it Atilan next?
Lake Atilan
That
in
one.
Guatemala.
Yeah, so I really don't want to fly as much as possible because they've started spraying that poison. Have you noticed? They walk up and down the plane now spraying poison.
Oh.
I really don't like it. But I also fucking hate long bus drives. But yeah, maybe I could break it up with I
And
don't know.
numerous smaller trips. And
Yeah.
then you'll see a few more cities. Nothing wrong
Yeah,
with that.
yeah. I'm going to do some research this afternoon. Or get stoned, one of the two. Hopefully not get stoned. Oh, Mexican life.
The only thing that's a little bit more of a hassle on taking the bus are border crossings. They're always an adventure.
In what? Well, you'd only have to do one, right? You don't. Yeah. I mean, from my experience, obviously it's mainly in Asia, but they weren't that. I mean, obviously there's paperwork and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
But they weren't that
It
big a deal.
depends on the border and the guard.
Yeah.
And you don't know. I mean, I usually try to do a little research first. A lot of times there's facilitators there trying to guide you and of course charge you. Some of them are bullshit, some of them you don't need. Other places it's advisable to use those people. So, but you got to do current, like reports on that if you're going to be crossing borders by land.
So why is it so different to doing it by air? It's easier by air, presumably.
Oh, by far, yes, because you're just dealing with airports and you're dealing usually any kind of fees are collected from the airline when you pay your fee to, not all the time, but when you go through a professional immigration and they're all doing the same thing. You don't need guides, everything's straightforward.
Yeah, I remember when I did my first visa in Chiang Mai, my first visa extension, and there's no way I could have done it without an agent. And they got me to the front of a queue. I think it was the best £50 I ever spent. The idea of spending a whole day in Chiang Mai immigration office.
In Bangkok,
Oh, I bet that's even worse.
I renewed I did an extension in Thailand, in Bangkok. Oh my God! After one time taking all day, went to one office, and it was the wrong office. I got to go to a different office. And I had to wait for hours and hours, and it was during COVID. Oh, it was fucking bloody nightmare. After that, I said, I'm paying to get it done.
Yeah. I was so glad that I paid to get it done.
It's so the way to go.
But then in Pai, it was so different. Like a tiny little immigration office, maybe a queue of 5 people at most.
Yeah. No,
it was so easy.
I went with my buddy Pete and Yoon, and we went to Chantaburi, I think it was, and I needed my extension, and we went to the office. It was just, we're in and out in an hour and a half or less. It was just a simple process, no hassle, no nothing. So it depends on the office you go to and all.
Yeah.
Of course, like you're saying.
Yeah, maybe I will get a plane and get poisoned then. A video gone viral actually of a flight from Nigeria, and they're spraying this spray, and obviously it's been shared as people are saying they're spraying it because the Nigerians stink. But it isn't that, it's this poison stuff that they spray now. But it's quite interesting because it's brought attention to it. Like everyone shared it, like, oh, they're spraying this because they stink. And now people are realising, like, no, this is not WEF, WHO new policy. But I first experienced it when I was coming back from Thailand, so that's a year ago now. Wow. And we were just like, we're now going to spray the plane with a debugger as of WHO policy. And you're just like, what is in that? Fucking, you just sat there, stuck, there's nothing you can do. Disgusting. Yeah. Do you think that's bad, like 1990s, early 2000s? Oh, you're bad man. Actually meaning good, or is it just bad? I think it's just bad. But whatever they're trying to do, to me it's bad. So we're actually heading to a place that's very close to where I used to live. One street over is where I used to live. Do you know the name of the guy that's flying over? Is it Ludwig or?
I thought it was Lucas.
It's definitely L, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's a guy, a viewer, flying to San Cristobal in the next few days. And he's going to stay in the place that I used to stay in. How cool is that? Maybe we'll meet him, or maybe we won't. Oh, it's very nice, isn't it? Ah, we're here. I think I've sorted the gimbal thing out as well. How good's that? Thank you to the person who kept commenting and trying. Yes, finally managed it this morning. Wow, this looks beautiful.
How nice it is and good food. I can't believe it's more busy. Or not
Yeah.
more busy. Maybe it is at certain points, but you know, it's, I don't know.
Nice.
What do you think?
How out of the sun here?
This one?
Yeah, and I don't think either of us want to sit in the sun, do we?
No.
And we're closer to the trees.
¿Gusta nuestro desayuno o quieren hamburguesa?
Do you want breakfast or do you want hamburgers?
Breakfast, I think.
Solamente.
Gracias.
En un momento les traigo su cerveza.
Gracias. But is you know, it was specifically for burgers, so I thought, oh, this will be really good. But yeah, it was on the main road, and it was basically just like, you know, almost like a takeaway burger. It was just crap. But it did have a really nice guy, a really nice waiter, and I got some good footage with it. I was telling him about the Muslim invasion of the UK, which is always fun.
God, that's coming up
Mate,
more.
I wish I'd had what you had. I mean, this looks great, but that looks amazing.
$10.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because I've been watching a few of the UK invasion videos, and of course, it starts feeding you more.
Yes.
And the more you see it, and that's why I watch a few, because I'm kind of interested in it, because of, you know, what you're doing.
And it is gobsmacking.
Yeah.
Especially to you, who's like, you must be like you're watching a fucking.
Oh my God.
Film.
I just can't fucking believe it. I mean, what the government's doing or not doing, you know, is just, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. I mean,
it's crazy from a common sense point of view, until you get to,
yeah,
you know, the agenda and the fact that they want to enslave us all. Then it makes sense.
Yeah.
Crackers.
Control everybody and unbelievable.
Tengo de habanero.
How about perfecto?
The 3 peso shop. Looks like the equivalent of Poundland, where nothing's a pound anymore. I wonder if everything's now 20 pesos in there. Whoa, proper dog. We're on Umbrella Street, peoples. And a busker. Malamute. Ah, now this looks like the place to be buying coffee. Goodness me. If only I knew what any of it meant. That looks nice. No idea. Let's just go with this. Sorry, no Espanol, but yeah, ground. Sí, yeah. Sí. I have no idea. Don't know what they're asking me. Cafetiere, maybe? Yeah, is that okay? Cool. Gracias. So it's the most expensive coffee I've bought so far. $15. Actually, $17. So it better be bloody brilliant. I think it will be very good. I probably shouldn't be buying coffee on Umbrella Street. There's probably a 100 peso premium for that. But well, I need coffee, and I haven't spent much money recently, thanks to the gorgeous Stephen. Didgeridoo woman again. Definitely meant to stop and speak to her. The universe keeps synchronizing us, so we're constantly bumping into each other. And the fact that she plays the didgeridoo on the main street might be something to do with it. I just can't be bothered. Let's get the other angle. I just love all the different levels to this place. I honestly don't think anyone has ever sat on any of these seats. It's like a show home. Look at that up there. Just amazing. Oh, look at this Colossus. I think I've shown it you from the front, but yeah, I don't think we've ever looked at the side before. Incredible. Yeah, so struggling a little bit. Well, it's raining first of all, so I probably shouldn't have the camera that much longer. But with the crossover between this channel and Shadow Surrender, you've probably noticed that, or hopefully you've noticed that I'm posting more on Shadow Surrender. Yeah, so like there's things coming up to talk about, and I'm like, oh, I've just spoke about that on Shadow Surrender. It'd be a difficult one. Anyway, I better put the camera away before it gets busted. Been a couple of interesting comments to comment on. Someone noted that the views are down. He said since I've been with Stephen, filming with Stephen. It's hard to say, isn't it? I mean, obviously some people are going to prefer the content, it's more interactive, between two people interacting. Obviously I think Steve is a really interesting guy, but then some people are going to prefer it when it was just me. But I don't think you can definitely say that that's why the views are down. Like, it could just be people losing interest in general, or me being in San Cristobal for a long time. It's hard to say. But really, there isn't anything I can do about it, because, you know, it feels like that comes with a projection on what a YouTuber should be. But I'm just sharing my life. Like, I can't do anymore. I'm not going to go and create scenes. Or I suppose the only other thing I could do is share less. You know, just share when interesting stuff happens. But yeah, I'm not here like creating content. I'm literally just sharing what I'm doing. And right now what I'm doing is living with Stephen. So that's that one. There was something else that was quite interesting. What was it? Oh yeah, but I've lost interest in the channel. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if that comes from the same sort of expectation on what a YouTuber should be. So I think today's video that I shared was the Oscar one, which was just that old man speaking. Somebody wrote, this is lazy YouTubing that should have been edited. From a what would have been best, from a what would make the best video and get the most views, you're right, I should edit it. But a lot of editing goes into Not Today Satan, and I just haven't got the energy to edit this channel much at all. You know, I am starting to get a gauge on what I think we'll do, but you know, I'm always still so shocked. Like, videos that do well tend to be ones that I don't expect to do well, vice versa. So, you know, that was a bit different. It could have taken off, who knows? But in hindsight, you know, ultimately I wouldn't have wanted to watch it. I don't think he was an interesting guy, but yeah, I probably made a mistake there. But yeah, as for losing interest in the channel, and I think naturally, as you do something that has been your dream, that you've worked really hard for, as that becomes the norm, the excitement around it, the intense drive that just comes so naturally, yeah, of course that's subsiding. I still have deep gratitude for the fact that this is how I'm currently earning a living, and this is what my life looks like. But it's just becoming the norm, I guess. Maybe 3 channels is too much. That might quite easily be resolved soon, because it looks like YouTube are going for Not Today Satan, going through all my old videos. I get an email every couple of days saying we've removed this video and these are the consequences. So I have a feeling that channel might actually get scrubbed, which, as always, I would just take as the universe directing me. Of course, there'd be some, I don't think there'd be much actually, but there'd be some sadness. There definitely would be, especially after just getting 10,000 new subs. It's getting exciting. But yeah, I just have to accept it, and I can really feel that Shadow Surrender is where I'm meant to be at, which is difficult because it's, you know, the one that gets the least views and is the least established. But yeah, I can feel that that's where my energy needs to go. And from a survival point of view, obviously, if I do get Not Today Satan back, that actually earns good money. But this, you know, I don't see why I'd ever really stop doing this. I think it's just kind of interesting to document your life. I mean, I don't think I'll ever look back. Maybe when I'm like 70 or something. But I actually find it quite hard to watch myself. Unless it's live for some reason. I quite like watching the lives back. Maybe it's because I don't really edit, but I haven't even had to look at them in an editing process. I don't know. Is this interesting? Let me take a breath and work out if this workout to you. So yeah, I don't see why I would stop recording for this channel, because it is relatively easy, and also it just gives me something to do. Like, what would I do all day if I wasn't walking around with my camera talking to myself? But I have to talk to people, oh my goodness. I don't want that. I'd much rather talk to you guys through this screen. But it might become, you know, I'm starting to, oh god. I did a 25-minute video this morning. It was just me talking at the camera, which was going to be a video in its own right, all about visas and citizenship and all sorts. So I don't really want to repeat all that, because I want to do that video again. I can't believe I deleted it. I'm such a spasmoder. How do we say it out here? Spasmoder. But yeah, essentially, I'm realising kind of what I need, which is a fixed base or less travel and more long stints like I've done here, which doesn't work for the channel. So it may become that it's not every day, and that it is just more when I do something semi-interesting. Especially if I'm going to be posting on Shadow Surrender every day, because then I can't really just do the monologues, because that will all be on Shadow Surrender. So make sure you subscribe to Shadow Surrender if you like the noise that comes out of this Yammer hole. Right, I'm going to go to the old taco place that I used to go to all the time, because I seem to have found myself in that area of town. Perfect. No, bugger. Looks like I'm not going to go here. I wonder if my chicken place is still open. I think it closes at 6. I'm pretty sure it's close to 6 o'clock now. Let's go and find out. I think it's there. Are there still chickens on the fire? Hola! Ah, fantastico. Medium. Gracias. Oh, so not those? Oh, I think he's saying that it is closed. He must be cooking for a function or something. Okay, see. Yeah, medium, half of that would be great. I think he's saying I can have a proper chicken breast. But yeah, it does say it's closed at 6, and he just pointed to it. So I don't really know what's going on, to be honest. Story of my life. Perfecto, gracias. That was another one. There's been quite a lot of judgment in the comments. It's so strange because, like, you know, I've just spent I had no desire to tell you this at all, but I was just spent the afternoon, like, I think an hour and a half on the phone to a guy from my men's group, no charge. You know, like, such heart-based, beautiful connection, and like really helpful for this guy. And then at the same time, I'm getting people calling me a narcissist or passive-aggressive or whatever in the comments. So somebody said that the title was passive-aggressive because it was me, Oscar, a man even older and wiser than Stephen. I mean, I just thought that was funny. But I don't see age as, you know, people are so conditioned and stupid. But age is beautiful. Like, what a privilege it is to get to 70, 80, 90. All that wisdom you hold, and like all the indoctrination we have around external aesthetics and beauty, which is basically why we see being old as a bad thing. You know, that's yours. You're holding on to a judgment about age, so you see the title as passive aggressive when it's just funny. It's just a little play on words. So yeah, it's interesting. And there's another woman like, oh, he's an absolute narcissist. No. I mean, everyone is a narcissist in Western world. Like, we're all indoctrinated to be completely selfish and in fear and in scarcity, and everyone has a false image of themselves and a false image of this world. And I'm very open about the narcissistic conditioning that we all suffer from, and that I've been battling for many years. And you know, I mean, what narcissist acknowledges that is a narcissist? They never do. Or that they've got narcissistic traits, or that they've come from a very narcissistic background. Like, that's the opposite of narcissism. Self-inquiry and self-observation and self-honesty is the opposite of narcissism. I think people project onto it, I mean, because they're just so desperate to project, because it's not actually about what bothers them. What bothers them is my authenticity, my freedom, my truth. You know, they can't stand that because it highlights how little of that they have, so they'll just come up with anything. But essentially, what was I going to say? Take a breath. Yeah, I can't remember. It was something around, you know, it's to label me that when I'm so open and honest about all my shadows, narcissistic traits, whatever, delve into them, share them vulnerably and openly. You know, it's coming from a place of somebody who can't do that. and is a narcissist. And then I don't even know who this person is, but I noticed like she in a correspondence with someone else in the comments, she was writing like such long comments. Like she put so much time into her comments because she's so desperate to be right and seen as intelligent and all this, you know, egoic libtard crap. I could just really feel it, like the amount of energy she was putting into this debate with someone. You know, just shows how little she's got going on in her life and how egoic she is. You know, but yeah, so I mean, at first I was going to respond to her, and I realised that she was going to spend 3 hours curating the response to me. And, you know, I don't have the energy to, you know, I'm just not interested in that. I'm here to create, put out a vibration, a truth, an inquiry, not a truth of me knowing or being better than. Just me being willing to ask questions, me being willing to surrender to the great mystery and be open to all possibilities and acknowledge all my faults and all my conditioning. I just want to put that out there because it gives permission to others. It gives permission to others to do the same or their version of it. And that's what they feel. They feel that permission. They see that it's possible. That you don't need to be a slave. You don't need to dedicate your life to a boss for a contract for survival. You don't need to believe the government. You don't need to virtue signal to feel good about yourself. You don't need to that way. You know, go along with the crowd when they're clearly insane. You know, this is the problem these people have. Yeah, it's where we let go of them plebs. What part of me can't handle this? What part of me can't handle just being? What part of me still needs a cup of coffee to avoid myself? What part of me is telling myself that to have a joint would enhance this situation, would enhance my experience, would allow me to feel better? When all the evidence shows, when even intellectually and spiritually I can feel and I know, like there's an absolute knowing that if I was to smoke a joint now, I would experience anxiety in my stomach, I would experience less clarity in my mind, I would go into stories about future, stories about past, and ultimately I would end up watching YouTube videos. It's about 11 in the morning. I would end up watching YouTube videos. There's something that happens when I get stoned. It's kind of the opposite of what people tell you happens when you get stoned, but I do think it's different for everyone and definitely different depending on what stage you're at. So, just to be clear, I'm a massive advocate of cannabis. I'm a massive advocate of numbing out. Life's really tough, and I think it probably kept me alive for at least 10 years of my life. There was definitely stages where I needed to not feel. There were definitely stages where it's a funny one because you actually feel more. You know, smoking the green herb takes you out of the mind and into the body in many ways, and I think that's a really valuable journey at periods of awakening. But just for where I'm at now, I'm not really in the mind anymore, and it seems that smoking the green herb takes me more into the mind, and I need stimulation, hence I start watching YouTube videos, and then I get more stoned and I need more stimulation. So I'll have a wank about 2-3 o'clock. I'll have a wank, which is obviously very external, very sensationary, very avoidance of feeling self. And then I'll go into more YouTube videos, and then by the end of the night I'll be watching X videos, as in like shorts on X. Because I'm so stoned and so in the mind, there needs to be a powerful, external, shadowy element to satisfy that. So I know all that's true. And right now, I sit here in peace, relatively. There's no anxiety in my stomach. I think the desire to get stoned actually comes from my head, it comes from my mind, it comes from this old pattern, this old story, that when I have nothing to do, I can't handle it and I get stoned. how long can I just sit here for? Obviously facing that way, where I'm not talking to you guys. And just be. And just be. And just be knowing that this is better than being stoned. What is it about myself, about silence, about stillness that I can't stand, that I want to avoid, when actually it's all I crave. All I crave is peace and silence. And then when I find it, I avoid it. It's funny how the shadow works, isn't it? How the ego, psychology, how Thanatos that Freud talks about lives within all of us, this part of us that doesn't really want to be here. So he talks about Thanatos and Eros. I hope I'm saying that right. So Eros is the part of you who wants to be alive, the part of you who wants to create, that wants to paint a picture, that wants to, you know, be part of life and be part of it all. And then there's Thanatos that is essentially wanting to end it. So that's the part of you that wants to get stoned, that wants to masturbate, that doesn't want to get out of bed in the morning, but ultimately wants to be dead. And, you know, I see myself as a pretty, relative to humanity, which is obviously no great great barometer, because it's crap. You know, I see myself as a very high functional individual. I see myself as a very conscious individual. However, there's still a much stronger part of me that wants to destroy itself than it wants to express and shine and be peaceful and be present. And, you know, I can go to external reasons and excuses for that. I can go to, you know, the way humanity reacts when one is authentic, when one shines, when one is the mirror to everyone else. You're not popular. But then at the same time, you also don't need popularity. Like, you don't need others. You don't need the confirmation of others anymore. You leave all that behind. But it's still a lot to hold. You know, it's still a lot to hold. Like, just non-stop projection from plebs, essentially. So there's this desire from the ego to not shine. There's this desire from the ego to stay small. And I think that's where smoking the green herb has come in for me. Like, more recently, like, there was a time where it was just survival, but more recently I think it's a way of keeping myself small, of stopping the shining, of stopping the triggering of plebs, even though I still trigger them massively. But I would go to levels of authenticity and shininess and not giving a fuckness that would really trigger people, and then it's a lot to hold. But at the same time, you're becoming more authentic, and these projections are bothering you less and less. It's a really interesting one. You would think it's simple and obvious: just don't smoke, become the highest version of yourself, shine, and know that people's projections are just coming from their kinks, their cognitive dissonance, their, you know, low vibration, and it's nothing to do with you. But there's something in the human that you know, we're so innately designed and conditioned, I think more conditioned, to seek the approval of others. It's mad, isn't it? When it really means nothing at all. So how long am I going to be able to sit here for without getting stoned? How long before I self-sabotage, knowing that I'm going to self-sabotage, knowing that I'm going to ruin my day? Honestly, I'm so close to just not doing it anymore. Just letting go of this self-sabotage part of me. Just being with it all. So yeah, there's a slight nervousness in my stomach now when I talk about letting go. But it's like, it's the same feeling as if I was to get stoned, but it's like, I don't think it's even 5%. Why would I want to bring that on more? Why do I need to feel anxiety more? What more has anxiety got to teach me? I don't think much. I think I've been in it for a long time. It's taught me pretty much everything it has to teach me. And I think now the new learnings will come from the transition, the leaning into the fear of not being in fear. It's like, it's all I've known for so long. Anxiety and fear is all I've known for so long. It's like easier, it's more comforting. It's more comforting to be in pain, because pain is what I know. Whereas peace and the level of responsibility that it comes with is daunting. Really daunting. But I'm ready to really lean into it. You know, no matter what that looks like. Because ultimately it really does look like upsetting people. So like telling people you're around, but no, I'm sorry, I don't want to chat. I don't want to meet you in your mind. I don't want to meet you on this, from where I'm speaking now, this low vibration, this vibration that makes me have to think, be exhausted, be bored, be tired of ego and nonsense and inauthenticity. I want to meet you here. And meeting you here requires silence. It requires vulnerability, and there's so much vulnerability in silence. You try sitting with a friend and just being silent, and you watch them squirm, and you feel yourself squirm. You know, that's the place we're acting from, this squirmy place that just wants to satisfy others, to be liked and be accepted, and to not be rude. You know, it's just nonsense. I'm so done with it. So done with it. There's some more musings for you. Do what you want with them. Maybe I'll see you again. Maybe I won't. See you later, love.